Hello, this is Peter Banwick-Gavillo. This is the first video for Stats 243Z online, and I am going to be showing you how to access RStudio through Posit.Cloud. Beginning from the home page of our Canvas, if you scroll down to Course Resources, you can click on RStudio and R, which will open a new tab at Posit.Cloud. I am already logged in, but let me log out to show you what it'll look like when you want to log in. You'll see this page. You click log in. I recommend that you click on the log in with Google. Let's see if it's going to take me straight there. You're going to enter in your my.chemeketa.edu account. So I would do something like student.name@my.chemeketa.edu, and I would create account right there. Once you do create that account and sign in, you may be prompted to sign in with your Chemeketa single sign-on, in which case you should do that. And you will be brought to a page called Workspace, your workspace. Yours will be blank at this point because you won't have had any courses. So from the Your Workspace page, you click over here at New Project, and you do a new RStudio project. It'll take a minute. It says deploying project here. And once the project is fully deployed, you should name your project. I'm going to call it Stat243Z Summer. This is the home page when you log into Posit.Cloud to get to RStudio. What you're looking at right here is a programming environment for doing statistical programming. In order to get the most out of this programming environment, you're going to be using scripts to keep track of all the code that you use. So statisticians, when they do statistics using large quantities of data in a computer environment, they write code that reads in the data, cleans the data, organizes the data, analyzes the data, produces visuals, etc. And in order to debug the work that they're doing and to keep it for later, they write down their code and they save it. So to do that, you're going to click over here in the little green button that says New File and click on R script. And you're going to, now you see 4 pages, 4 little windows. This untitled one we're going to save. I'm going to call this Stat243Z Lab 1 because that's the first code that you're going to be doing. So this upper left window will store all your code. You can type anything you want into here. This lower left window is called a console. It's going to show you the output when you run your code. The lower right window has a bunch of different tabs. The tabs that you're probably going to use most often are files. Since this is a cloud-based application, in order to access files, you have to upload them to the cloud. And then the other tab that you're going to use most often is plots. A lot of statistical analysis creates visuals, and so those will show up here. And then the upper right window also has a number of different tabs. You're probably only going to use environment, and the environment basically just says which variables you have saved in your storage in your cloud memory. So all your typing will take place in the upper left window in the Stat243Z Lab1.R window. There's a couple things to keep in mind. First is how to write code versus how to write comments. So a comment is a note to yourself or others telling them about your script or the code. RStudio does not run a comment. It is only for the human user. In order to write the comment, begin the line with the hashtag pound. If you don't use a hashtag, R will try to run the comment and usually give an error. If you run out of space when writing comments, you can always start a new line. This is just for human formatting. R doesn't care if you have it all on one line or not. To run actual code, just type in, or in your case, usually copy the code and paste it below. So the first code that we all write is hello world. The first programming class I ever took, and every programming class I ever take, we always start with hello world. So you can see the color of my text is different. That's because this is actual code. And I'm going to print hello world. Now, I've written my code in this box, but I haven't actually run it yet. I have to move my my zoom window to the side so I can see everything. Okay. I have written the code in this box, but I haven't actually run it yet. You can see down here in the console, there's nothing going on. So to run the code, you click Run the Current Liner Selection, and it will run that code. In the console, it shows you the code you ran and the output of that code. To run code, you can also press Control Enter at the same time. I'm going to do it. Notice where my mouse is. It's not near the run button, but I just pressed Control Enter and it ran the code again. And that's the basics of how to use R. Notice that my script is red and there's a little star there. That means it hasn't been saved. Control S will save your code. And now all of this code is saved in this script file. That's the basics of how to access. You will be doing 4 labs this term, which means you're going to eventually have 4 scripts. A lot of the code, if not all of the code that you will be doing, you're actually going to copy over from the lab assignment. This is not a coding class, so I'm happy for you to use the code that I provide. The statistical understanding is what you will provide. You will need to know what code you're running, what it does, and how to interpret it. And that is the end of this video.